Hey everyone, I'm Juliana from Loom. I am so excited. Okay, I don't know about you, but this girl loves a big beaded ring. And when I get a palette put in front of me and there are 2 millimeter sized beads up to, I don't know, what are we talking? 14 maybe? And the leaf, and there's like all kinds of big fabulosity in a kit. Woo! Mama wants to make something big. So I'm going to show you how to make this big, bold, beautiful, vivacious, gorgeous ring on the baby jewel loom in a beautiful kit from Jesse James Beads. Absolutely divine and delicious and scrumptious. So without further ado, I'm going to take you down to the mat because I really want to make sure that you understand how to make these. Okay, so we are going to get started and do a little switcheroo camera. There we go. Okay, so let's talk about what you're going to need. All right, I'm working on a small loom. This is the Beadalon baby jewel loom. It's about 6 inches long by 3 inches wide. I'm also using Wildfire in blue. You could certainly use some Fireline if you like. I always like to have my Wildfire cord cutter. Makes my life a lot easier. And I'm working with some size 8 TOHO beads. That's going to be the base right here. And I'm also working with TOHO 11Os. And I'm going to use those with my unbelievably gorgeous, delicious Jesse James bead kit. Now, okay, wait, this doesn't do it justice. We're going to open up a new one because I've got everything organized. Oh, is this closed? Oh, it's closed. Hold on. I got so excited. Here we go. Just a quick, and that's a good thing to know. It's a good thing to know that they come secured. Look at this. Oh my heck. Y'all, when I saw this at the event that I was teaching at, I was like, I need this. I need this in my life. And not for nothing, I need to wear as much of it as I can. And of course, you know me, I had to go big or go home with a ring. But this is so incredibly beautiful. This is a special kit, but Jesse James, they make so many different beautiful kits, and they're always in a nice container. Sometimes they're on a strand. I've known them for so many moons. I knew Papa a long time ago. So great, great company. And this is the kit that we're going to be working with. And as you can tell, there really is a variety of different sizes. We've got some 3 millimeters in here. This is like an 8. We've got some 6. We've got big ones. And I'm using them all because I think that's fun. So I have already built the base to my ring. And let me bring that up to the camera. And there are a couple different videos that we're going to tag so that you can understand, if you don't know, how to warp and how to build your base. It's very simple. And I do want to tell you that you don't have to go so big. You really don't, but why not? We got one life. I think we should live it big. Anyway, what I do want to tell you is that if you chose to, you could just make a band, a beaded band, call it a day. But, you know, not for nothing, I'd probably make a band and still wear my big ring. So you have options. You can go simple, sleek, or you could go big or go home. And it's all good. Whatever you choose to do, we are here to support you. All right. So the way that you determine the length of your band is you're going to use a sewing tape measure, and you're going to wrap it around the finger that you want to wear it on. Now, see, and I got to point this out. So today I'm I'm a decent 2.75. Last night, Mama was pushing a 3. Okay. So my recommendation is to definitely add a couple more rows. All right. There is a little bit of a loss when you turn it into the ring, into the band. And then if you have any swelling tendencies, all right, you're going to want to have a little give. So just keep that in mind. Now, this length right here is 27 rows. And so what I did was I divided it into threes. So I'm going to have 9 and then 9 decorated and then 9 more. Okay. And you don't have to do that. If you're just like, hey, you know what? I just kind of feel like I want to do 6 rows of fun, then knock your socks off. Just keep in mind that the reason why, excuse me, the reason why I keep it centered is that you want to be able to close your fingers. At least I think you do. So again, I'm not here. I'm just kind of giving you some ideas. All right. Perfect. Okay, so let's take this off because I could wear all my rings at one time and have a lot of fun. So if we take a look right here, this is the wildfire and the needle. Everything is already attached because when I finished my base, I still had a lot of thread left. And so what I did was I weaved it to row 8 because now I'm going to start making a loop on row 9. So I'm going to take the needle and I'm coming up, and I'm going to bring you up to the camera here. You see how I just came out between that far right bead and the middle bead? And then I'm going to take the needle, pull all the way through. Okay. And then I'm going to come over to my pile of 11 And these are just some gorgeous, transparent, yellow, yummy beads. The more beads you pick up, the bigger your loop will be, and the less beads that you pick up with the 11 the more tight your loops will be. So then I'm going to pick up, let's see. This is always the hard part because all the beads are so delish. So I'm going to pick up I refer to these, by the way, as decorative beads. So if you hear me call out decorative beads, this is what I mean. Okay. So those are like our pretties. They're our focal beads, our decorative beads. And then I'm going to pick up 3 more size 11 seed beads, and I let those fall. And they're going to go all the way to the loom there. And then this is the magic. So I'm going to bring this up to the camera. All right. So I'm going to take my needle and I'm going back through the right side of that bead. And then I'm going to go all the way out. And I'm going to be very patient. I'm going to guide my wildfire, and poof, look at that. There's our first loop. Adorable or what? So much fun. It's like stitching. Like if you've ever done any sewing, anything like that, it's kind of like making a stitch. All right. So we're going to pick up 3 more seed beads. And again, let's see. Kind of trying to go small on the ends here. Let's pick up this rondelle. That is really pretty. And then we will pick up 3 more. Whoopsie. And yep, there we go. And then again, I'm going to go to the right side of the bead. All right. And then I pull all the way out. So it's like you're creating these loops. Oh my goodness. Watch this. Oh, yes. Oh, my most favorite part. Okay. And just in no time at all, we've got our first 2 loops. Now, as you can see, right hand, left hand, loom is right in the middle. Okay. And now I just pulled all the thread out over here to the left side. So what I got to do is I have to turn my loom. Okay. And then I'm going to take my needle And I'm going to come up to that next row. And this time, let's see. This time, and you want to think about how you're going to lay out these beads, right? So, man, if I'm going to do the whole go big or go home thing, how am I doing this? Where are they all going to go? So, really think about laying out your beaded project, especially for a ring, before you get started. So, on this first row or this first bead, let's see, what am I going to do? I'm going to pick up my little seed beads first. I'm a scooper, by the way, so like I'm scooping mine up. Some people just like, I think Danielle is a picker. I'm not sure. She'll let me know. I can't remember. Everybody's got their own little way of picking up the beads. And I don't know, I've always just kind of been a scooper. So again, 3 seed beads, 1 decorative bead, and 3 more seed beads. Now this time I'm going to come out right after that second bead and in between the second and that third bead to my far left. And then I'm going to pull. And again, I just like to guide the loop up there. And now this is where I'm going to put my first decorative bead. And one thing that I learned from yesterday, let me see, because yesterday, I think I did 4. Today, because I wanted to be a little bit tighter down there. So for giggles, let's just try to do 1. And then we're going to pick up that fancy little feather duster bead. It's so flippin' cute. I was like, oh, that is so going on my ring. Okay, now we're going to come back. We're going to go through, see, I'm getting my needle there and to the right side of that middle bead, and I go all the way out. So it's this constant looping. And once you get it down, you'll just be like, oh my gosh, I have to do this all the time. Okay, so then I'm going to pull that. Yep. Okay, so that's a little bit tighter than yesterday. It's still got a little floppiness, which I love. I'm not complaining. All right, so let's do another loop on this row. So picking up 3. Oh my goodness, when you have so many beautiful beads. Let's see, this is a big guy. Let's use a big guy. And 3 more decorative beads. And then again, I'm going to come over here to the right side and then all the way out. And, you know, pay attention to how I hold the beading thread, how I hold the loom, okay, because it is a very lightweight, small loom. And so you got to learn how to dance with it. Okay, tell me right now, is this not already turning out to be so gorgeous? By the way, same idea. Like you could do this for a bracelet. You could do this for a pendant. You could do this for some earrings if you wanted to. So we're just learning a really cool technique and we're applying it to a ring, but you could do it. You could do the same things and make a different type of jewelry project. All right. So now. Okay. Yep. Okay. So I think my Gen X people will understand why I'm going to refer. Okay. Wait, Jules. Hold my horses. Okay. Nope. I'm not going to pick up any seed beads. I'm not picking up any. Okay. This is what we're going to do. Okay. I call this my Madonna bead. So I feel like my Gen X folks should know why. This is my Madonna. All right. And then I'm going to pick up one of these. What am I going to pick up, Jules? I'm going to pick up one of these little guys, one of these little yellows, and I'm going to pick up 1 seed bead. Okay, so watch this trick. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring that seed bead towards us, right? So we've just separated the seed bead from this combination, and we take the needle and we're going to go back through the yellow bead, back through what I'm calling the Madonna bead. And then I'm going to go back through the right side of that bead, and I'm very carefully going to guide all of this up and onto the base of my ring. And that's how you get it to stand up. Look, oh my heck. Is that so cool? I love that. All right. I'm kind of feeling sometimes when I do this, I like to take a look around to see if like I need to support it in any other way. Do I need to maybe do like a little loop to add some definition? I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do just a loop with seed beads. Okay. And you know what? I want to really empower you to know that this is just what I'm doing. This is just a technique. And you get to learn it and take it and do what you want. Okay? You can do what I do, or you can do what you want to do, which is the cool thing. Oh my goodness. Okay, so back to the right side. And then I'm going to pull that all the way through. And so again, I just felt like it needed a little something. And in all honesty, I probably maybe should have done something on the first one, but it's not a deal breaker. It's not a deal breaker. I have actually gone back into my finished pieces and sewed in missing, or like, oh, hey, I wish I would have done XYZ. And you can go back and actually add that. So let's go ahead now. Oh my goodness. I genuinely get very excited when I make these. So when you have like a lot of floppiness going on, you just want to make sure that everything is pulled nice and tight and that the beading thread has not, wrapped itself around, because that's a bummer, because you don't want like this beading thread just out in no man's land. Okay, so let's pick up, or how many rows have I done? I've done 1, 2, okay, and then this was 3. And now I'm over here. I kind of feel like since we only have, maybe it's time. I think it's time. I think it's time for the leaf. Okay, so we're going to pull that. Let's just see. Let's see if we got, oh yeah, it's time. Okay, so I'm going to do the same type of technique where I'm going to pick up a decorative. I'll do a blue one this time. And then let's get a seed bead. Okay. And then we're going to let those drop. And we're going to do the same thing that I did with that big old crystal. We're going to bring the seed bead towards me. And do you see how I'm like letting the loom move as it needs to move? I'm not like being crazy about it staying in the same spot. And I want you to like give yourself that permission to just let it do what it needs to do. Okay, so then we're going to go back through and all the way out. And now we have, oh, thank you. Look, do we love it? Oh my gosh. Okay, for those of you that are just joining, I know, I just want you to see the finished one on me really quick, okay? Just kind of be with me and see where I'm going. Like, these are so fun. They're huge statement rings, And if you make this type of a project, like if you have a boutique, right? Or gifts, your friends are going to be like, oh yeah, I'm your bestie for life. Okay, so I just wanted you to see where I'm going so you don't think I'm like totally off the wall. And all right, so what are we going to do over here? I think we need one of those orange guys in our lives. These beads are just happiness. Like whoever put this collection together is just a happy, happy person. Okay, now I know you have a hole. Where are you at? Where are you at? There you are. Okay. And again, 3 more. So yeah, when you're picking up the seed beads, if I were to pick up, like, say I picked up 6 seed beads, then a decorative bead and 6 more seed beads, I would have a very full loop. But I'm only doing 3 to kind of keep it tight. So again, we're going to come out on the side. And I'm just, really paying attention to guiding that thread because there's a lot. And then I'm pulling nice and tight just to make sure everybody is up there. Okay. And then we're going to come down to the next row. Where are we at? Okay, good to know. And we're going to come up. And, you can do a loop on every single 8/0 if you wanted. That would be a very tight knitted ring. I've done that. I did that with turquoise chips. Oh my heck. That was a really, really pretty piece. Okay, is it time? Is it time for this big guy? I think it's time for that big guy. Okay. Now, I did not do, let me see here. Did I put him in the middle? I did put it in the middle. Okay, so I'm good. But I do want to get a smaller, right? But I don't want 2 oranges next to. So oh my heck, let's do a blue one. I'm serious. Picking out the beads is, they're so pretty. I can't just make one decision. So I'm going to come back through the right side here, back up the middle. Right, and each time I'm just making sure that all the thread is nice and taut. And now I'm going to go for this big guy, and I'm going to go through because I kind of wanted it to be like a heart. So I went through the pointy part first, and then I put like a little halo on it with the rondelle, and then a seed bead. Whoopsie. Okay. And then what we're going to do again, yeah, so the seed bead wants to hide in the rondelle. So I've got to grab it. And then we're going to go back through the rondelle and through this big, delicious bead. And then again, we're coming on the right side and all the way out. Okay, and then I'm holding it and I'm pulling, and there you go. All right. I feel like we got to do something in here. We've got like a space. So we're going to attempt to pick up those 3. Oh, maybe another green one because these guys are big. Let's pick up this big guy. I'm trying to like fill in that space right there. And again, right side of the bead and all the way out. Oh, no, they're there. Okay, I almost thought I forgot to pick up the second set of beads. Okay, so, all right, now at this point, Jules, let's see. How we doing? How you doing, Ring? How you doing? I want to kind of see what's happening right here. I want to make sure that it's going to lay correctly. And so get our little Madonna bead in there, make sure everything is nice and tight. Okay, I feel like for right now we're okay. And if I have to, I'll come back. Now, what I need to do is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got a couple more rows. It's getting really tight in here, y'all. So, just know that that's going to happen. And so we're going to put... I'm going to put a bead over here. And this is where, just make sure you're not grabbing the other beads because that's going to be such a bummer. Okay, so let's come over here. And I swear I punish myself with these transparent beads, but gosh, they're so pretty. I can't help but use them, but they're not really friendly when you're trying, when you don't have like a super mega light over you. Is that, oh, that was 4. So what would happen if I didn't catch that? It just like my loop will be maybe, uneven, but nobody's ever going to tell in one of these big chunky rings. So what color should I do now? I feel like maybe this guy. What about this guy? But then we're going to have 2 big guys really on top of each other. Ooh, let's do this one. Let's do this gold. Look at that. Gorgeous. Can't even with this kit. It's so beautiful. Okay, so 3 more. What will I do with 2 rings? I think somebody's going to need a gift. We'll have to measure it. Okay, let's see. Okay. Ooh, I like how that worked out. That's cool. Okay, so that's just sitting there. And then we're going to come over here. We're going to do a loop over on the far side. So one time when I taught at an event for JJB, Jesse James, I made a really very, oh gosh, what's the words? Well, it's kind of like this ring, very, very voluptuous bracelet. And it was so fun. It was like fibers and all of their beautiful beads and this beautiful loom that I made for them. And it was just really, really gorgeous. And it was so fun to see what everybody created. And that's the part that I love about all of this, is that I get to see what you do. And really, that's the gift. That is the gift. Ooh. Okay. Oh, see how that just really helped to percolate that big one? It looks like a heart. So when you go through the bottom of it and then you give it a little halo, isn't that awesome? All right. So now we got to turn the loom. And I don't know. What did I get all of the big ones? I think I was thinking about using this guy. I should do that, shouldn't I? Okay, so where am I though? If I do that, that means I've got to come up the middle here. And then I think this will be my last row because this guy's going to take up a lot. So let's just see what we can do. Oh, where'd you go? There it is. Okay, let me just see. I just want to put it on here and then kind of think about, do we want it to lay down? Do we want it to, it kind of would be cool if I could get it to do that. Ooh, that'd be cool. See what I'm saying? like if I could get it to be perched, but then I got to make sure I have enough beads. So let me just work through this in my brain really quick. So I'm going to have to pick up more beads. And I feel like what would happen if I did that? Let's see what would happen. I'm going to let that fall. And if I did do that, nope, I don't like that. I'm pulling that off. Hold on. Not exactly, but okay. So come on, Bubba, get back through here. Yeah, we do not want to be re-threading a needle right now. Okay, cool. So here's my thought. What if I pick up a bunch of seed beads? Let's just not try to be so fancy, Jules. We'll do like a bunch of seed beads, and we'll see how that works. It's a beautiful kit. It's a beautiful, beautiful kit. Okay, I feel like that's going to work. So let's go back through the far right side of that bead and let's just see what happens. Yes, thank you. Okay, cool. Cool, right? Okay, let me see over here. Oh my gosh, this one might even be more fabulous than the first one. Okay, so I'm over here. Okay, I feel like I got to do something right there. So bear with me. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. And what haven't I used? Have I used this cracked? Because this bead is to die for. This it's like a cracked bead. It's very cool. And then 3 more of the seed beads. Come on, little buddy. Okay, so what I actually want to do is while I'm turned over here, I want to go through the right side of the bead over here. So there's I hope you're seeing that there's just like a lot of freedom to kind of maneuver around and do some fun stuff. And you don't really have to be restricted. Okay. So I'm kind of thinking like if we go any more big, we might be charged excess weight. Okay, so I'm going to take the needle and thread now, and I'm going to weave back through every row. Okay. And yeah, I got so much going on here. I got to make sure. So pulling through. Yeah, so we're just going back through the base so that I can get back to the top. The great thing about bead weaving is that I truly feel like you're always creating art. You know, so some people have a canvas and a paintbrush. And with this, we have a loom and our beads. And it really allows us this cool freedom to just express ourselves. And that's what I love about weaving on a loom so much. All right, so I'm back up here to the top. And I'm going to leave this all connected because I still have to have this, this thread. And by the way, I want to say that I started with at least 1.5 yards. That's a lot to bead with, but that's why I keep telling you to, be patient, go slow. All right, so we're going to turn this over and I'm going to cut this end. Okay. Now, I'm not sure. This is always hit and miss with our sweet Danielle trick. Where's my flats? Sometimes it works with these rings. Okay, there you go. It's working. Let me just make sure. I don't know if you just saw that, but the magic is that when you pull one end, you know, and then you just want to make sure you don't pull too tight. And then let's see. So the first ring I made, I could only do one because I must have punctured my warp. So it didn't work out, but that's okay. It was fine. So now I'll try to see. That one's not moving. Let me see if this guy's going to move. No? Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It worked. It did. So last night, so I keep saying last night, when I made this first ring, I must have put my needle accidentally into one of the warps. And so that's something that Danielle Wicks always says to try to pay attention to, you know, don't puncture your warps. So I did better this time. She'll be proud. Okay. And so then I'm going to turn this around. And again, we just want to make sure we don't remove that original piece of thread. And so that's right here. And I just want to kind of scooch all this gorgeousness to the side. And then I have all these guys. And so what I got to do is I'm going to tie some of them together. Now they're pretty much just going to disappear in the end. You could certainly rethread these and you could weave them back in if you wanted. I don't really want to have that much fun. So I don't do that. But you could definitely do that if you wanted. I just do like the knots. And I'm just kind of crisscrossing from one warp to the other. And it doesn't, you know, it's not a deal breaker. And so I'm going to trim these, and then I also at some point will use a little bit of Aleene's tacky glue to put on the knots. But for right now, I'm just going to pinch these and trim them as the crowd gasps. Like, oh my gosh, she's doing what? Okay. And then I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to bring these two ends together. All right, so I'm just going to the opposite side there. So here's the thread. And the goal is to bring these two ends into the shape of a band for the ring. And so I'm really careful. I'm just holding everybody. I'll bring it up to the camera here in 1 second. See how I'm pinching now? I've got a fur child in the studio who's sleepy and snoring. Okay. And I just do this like a couple of times to really feel better about, you know, the two ends being. And then I'll start to weave on one side, just back and forth. I honestly don't think you can do this too much because it's a ring and you're going to be wearing it. And I think that it's a good idea to make it as sturdy as possible. Okay, so I'm going to come back the other way. Boy, this one ended up a little bit bigger. I don't know. I might have a toe ring. Big toe, a big toe ring. But then I'm going to probably put it on and then it'll fit because my fingers are swollen. And when I can see better, when I can actually get underneath like a really good magnifying light, I'll go in there with a toothpick and a little bit of white glue Make sure the white glue dries clear. Or you could use like a jewelry glue too. So I'm just going back and forth from, one side to the other. Then we'll come back in. Again, it may seem a little obsessive, like I'm doing it a lot, but it's a ring, and I just really feel like you have to do it as many times as you can. As much as you can get the needle and thread back through the 8/0s, which let me just tell you, if you're going to do the loops, you definitely want to do it with 8/0 base. If you're just going to do a band, you can use your 11/0s, but you're not going to be able to make the loops on your with your 11/0s. They're just too tiny, and you can't get the needle and thread back through. So yeah, so I'm just doing this until I really feel, especially this area is really nice and secure. Gonna do a couple more. I will tell you that from start to finish, including warping the loom and making your base and then the beading, is less than an hour. So that's good news. All right, so let's go through. Okay, we come through, and then I'm going to come up and in between those beads. And then I'm just looking for a warp. And I put my needle under the warp. Okay. And then at the last second here, I'm going to put my needle back through that loop, and there's a little knot. And then I'm going to take the needle and push it to the back. Okay, so now I could just feel that knot going in the back there. And then very carefully, I'll bring in some sharp scissors because I don't want to puncture anything. And again, if you wanted to put a little dab of glue there, you could. And boy, this came out will it fit this big chunk? Oh yeah, look at my big chunky finger here. Oh my gosh. Come on, it's a party waiting to happen. It's a party waiting to happen. Okay, I'm seeing summer vibes. I'm seeing on the yacht. I'm like doing the colors for New Year's Eve. I mean, very fun. Let me put my original one on that fits my finger very well. Okay. So look at this. Let's look at it really nice and close. So yeah, so take the techniques, take the idea, formulate your own color pattern, to whatever occasion you might be designing your jewelry for. Definitely a statement piece. But let's look at the idea of just doing a band again. So this is a band, and these are 11/0s, so no loops, and that's just fine. And you could actually wear it. You could color coordinate it, right? This is always fun. This is just a really big chunky band. And then I added a button, just for some fabulousness. Here's another big chunky ring that I made. This one's super fun. I love wearing that one too. I don't think I'm wearing all these at the same time, but maybe. What else do I got? Oh, this is always a lot of fun too. These are 2 holes. So you can make a ring with your 2 holes. And I did like a little picot stitch. So lots of ideas, pretty much the same techniques. And so let me come up really quick to see what we got going on in the yay. Ooh, how's everyone doing? It turned out beautiful. Thank you so much, Debbie. It's fun. I like to wear things sometimes that are just unique and fun. And I feel like a statement ring or any type of statement piece, just like you don't have to wear 5 of them. You could, You certainly could. But if you just want something simple to feel like, like you have something on. Oh, my heck. Zandra. I love that idea. So the idea is to make one that's big enough, which quite frankly, well, I'd have to roll something pretty tight. But for a napkin ring, that is an awesome, awesome idea. I love that. And it would be very elegant depending on the colors. And look at me. I should just do this. Like, hello, how are you? But I love, love, love that idea. And again, technique is the same for bracelets, or if you want to do a little pouch. I don't really like my earrings to be too heavy. So you could kind of maybe back off a little bit on the loops, maybe just do a few so that you're not like really weighted down. But yeah, they're so great. So great. I just got a glance over here. I'm not too sure if you have subscribed to the Jewel Loom newsletter, but when you do, you not only get a generous 15% off discount code, you get access to 3 free patterns. And look at one of them. I mean, come on now. Is this gorgeous or what? All right. This is a Trisha design. Trisha made these 3 patterns for me. And isn't this so gorgeous? I mean, holy guacamole. So when you sign up for the Jewel Loom newsletter, 15% off your first order, access to 3 patterns that are super, super sweet. So fun times. I hope you enjoyed this. I want to thank Jesse James Beads. Again, I have to tell you a little story. When I was just a wee one in the industry, and I started off with Aline Jackson from Aline's Creative Living, Aline's Tacky Glue in the Bottle. I went to the big, huge trade shows, and Jesse James would have a big, huge booth. And I just remember being this 20-something-year-old who was just so, like, I don't know, like celebrity struck, and just so in awe over their company, and their booth was always so fabulous. And I just would, I would just like sneak over there when I was, going on my lunch break or something, because I was working the booth back then. And I just always thought that they were such a great company. So when now as a big girl, I'm playing with their beads, designing with their beads, and it's just such an honor. So I love them. And a big shout out to Beadalon. Obviously, they make my Jewel Loom, they make my baby loom, and I'm just forever grateful for that. Baby loom is a powerhouse, y'all. It really is. I mean, mama's all that and a bag of tricks, okay? But the baby's really, really great. And it's portable and it's super lightweight. And so you can take it anywhere. Great for the rings, great for pendants, great for small items. Quite the powerhouse, the baby Jewel Loom. And a huge thank you, of course, to Cool2Craft for allowing me last night to share our community, the Jewel Loom community, and for being able to make the base of my project. So make sure that you give them some love, and always giving a huge shout out to BellaCraft Publishing. And so this is where actually that kit came from, BellaCon 2025. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, if you have any questions, if you need any help, just today, I had a community member reach out and she said, hey, do you have a tutorial on these chandelier earrings that I had made? And I had sold them in my Whatnot auction. And I did not have a video, but I had the picture. And so I said, hey, will the picture help you? And she said, yeah, it would. So I sent it to her and I said, is this good? And she's like, yeah. So everybody was happy. I don't want you to buy my products and then feel like you don't know what the heck to do with them. That's why we do so much content. That's why we have our amazing Joan, who's in the group. Make sure you tag Joan. You can tag me as well, but we're always there to help you. Danielle we love Danielle. Danielle's a huge part of the Jewel Loom family. And so there's always people who are available to help you. And if not at that moment, we'll figure it out and we'll get it together. So lots of good stuff going on. I'm not doing a whatnot tonight. I do need your help. I do need your help with the following. I have a ton of artistic wire that needs to go. I have a lot, but I don't know exactly how you would want it. So if you're interested, let me know what is a good bundle? Like, do you want it by the gauge? Do you want a variety of gauges and colors? Because I would like to bring that to next Thursday's Whatnot. And if you're not on Whatnot, it's literally WHATNOT. And my shop over there is Juliana's Jewels. I think it's Juliana's Jewels, right? Yeah, Juliana's Jewels. And so, yeah, let me know. And so I would love to. Carmen says she's interested. Debbie says she's interested. So let me know what that means to you, because it's a lot. It's like, it's from, I think, mostly 18 gauge. How should I message you? Great question. You can email me at jules@jewelloom.com. I think that would be a great way to communicate. Let me know what you want. What gauges, what colors. Like, I will literally pull it all together for you too. Like, we don't have to wait till next Thursday. I'm your shopping babe. I need a shirt. Okay. Sandra. Oh, thank you. Oh, good. Thank you. I hope everybody enjoyed it. And again, big thanks to Jesse James for, like, every time I was sharing something today, JJB was resharing it. I was like, I'm over on the TikTok. I'm over on the Instagram. I'm on the Facebook. I'm on YouTube. And so it's always one of the biggest things that you can do for a content creator. Obviously, like their content, subscribe to their channel. But when you share, that just like means the world to us. And, whether it's myself, Jewel Loom, JJB, Beadalon, Cool2Craft, BellaCon, Jill Wiseman, all of our besties, Danielle, Sam and Neely included. Like, anytime you share, it just helps. It helps a lot. And so, we're all small to medium size businesses trying to do our thing and serve you. That's really what we love to do. I'm speaking for, like, what am I, the queen of this group now? I just took it upon myself. I'm sure that hopefully they're okay with me just shouting out to our people. Okay, 20 to 26 gauge, any color. Okay. Yeah, email me, because this is all going to go away. I won't be able to see it. So, all right. I love you all so much. I am so forever grateful for everything that you've done. Thank you for the love around the world for the original Jewel Loom. I got to tell you, I'm working night and day trying to figure out this darn international shipping on the wood looms. Oi, oi, oi. Anybody else? I don't know. I haven't asked Danielle if she can help me. I bet Danielle's got answers. How come I haven't asked her? Maybe she does. Maybe she doesn't. I don't know. But yeah, huge thank you to their queen in the back there, Joan. And always grateful for her posting all of the links, and to you all, so incredibly grateful. So have a beautifully blessed weekend. Don't forget, I do believe that Danielle is still doing her Saturdays. Is that correct? Yes, I see heads going up and down. So I think it's at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Is that correct? I just got shoulders on that one. But yeah, Danielle, and then Neely has his jam on Sundays. always a lot of fun over there. And so you are right. It's just a community. It's a huge village. That's a combination of like so many of us that have known each other too, quite frankly, for many, many, many years. So, on behalf of everybody, we love you. We love you so much and we appreciate you. So, yeah. And Danielle is with Neely as well. I think I'm going to have to crash a Sunday. Okay, everybody have a beautifully blessed week. What's left of it, the weekend. And oh, hey, join the Facebook group, the Jewel Loom Facebook group. If you're not in there, it's such a great way to like share your stuff. And I love waking up to that. So, all right, be blessed and we will see you again.